some people might remember me from yesterday. Yeah, I was apparently ahead of myself by announcing the New World Order and who was doing it and whatever and everything. Anyway, I've had some, authoritarian people speak to me, and they said, I should have been off right there and then on the spot. But since I had already made a spectacular, what can I say, splash in the media game, that they were going to be appointing me a media who are for introducing the really important people of the Illuminati, come Zionist, come Buckfold Scooter, and all the rest of them, all the bloodlines, and that if I was really good, I would not have to be off too soon for nobody. And that would go in, because I'm beginning to develop a few doubts about some of these people, that, their intentions are, well, no, of course they're not, are they? Well, that's where I get all screwed up, you see. Oh, well, beat it down. That's what I say, beat it down. If you can beat it down, then you don't have to bleed and beat it up, do you? And, we've got to be ready to beat up on any moment. So, without more ado, I've been asked to be the face of the New World Order and introduce one of our Anonymous. We have more bleeding Anonymous than all the bleeding Anonymouses put together. So, without more ado, or doing about, here is, what's his name here? Sir BlythSmotherly from Little Daunted Underground, which I believe is in the county of Nottinghamshire.
What's that? Go give him another joke, damn fool. Damn fool, I tell you. Good God, really. This is bloody ridiculous. How can you expect a peer of the realm, or a wannabe peer of the realm, or God knows what it is that people want these days? I really don't know. Bloodlines will out, I always say. No, I'm damned if I can wear this bloody thing. Listen here, it's high time that British intelligence came out from undercover. I've got my hat on too, damn fool. Damn fool. Well, listen here, he's broken the water here, as it were, in the birth of the new age, and it's high time that we recognise the fact that there are going to be some changes around here, and it's going to start off, regretfully, with Her Majesty resigning very shortly. Oh yes, give Charles a chance, I say. Give him a good go. Let him have a back at it, as it were. Because there is a principle, if Daddy's wacky, then sometimes son is wise. He has to be to bloody survive, in the system that they're exposed to. So it's not bloody easy, being one of the bloodlines. God forbid, there's buggery going on everywhere. If it's not buggery, it's blowjobs, or whatever they call them today. God knows, if it wasn't for all those cold showers, all the whipping, I would have gone down that path as well. But in the meantime, of course, they said, well, there's the church for you, John. I said, monkey's bloody chunky. If you think I'm going to get up there and sing the Magnificent again for another Sunday or two, you're out of your mind. I have done that. And the TDM and all the other Illuminatis that were supposed to have brought us to an understanding of the divine, and it has failed most miserably. So I think it's high time that the British intelligence got their act together and started putting those Zionists in line. I've had quite enough of some of these upstart money families who believe that because they can run the bloody purse that they're free. Well, they're not bloody free. There are principles of the old empire which actually were forgotten at the time, dare I say, of Iran the first time around. Well, not the first time around, of course. The British went in there with the old SC-5As, blew a few away wogs, God, yes, what fun. Anyway, no, I just came in a little bit just after the war.
Yes, fortunately, yes. Most of my people do, We're sort of bred that way. So it's all done by the clock, and if we're going to have a bloody good killing, well, generally we're too young or too old, We sort of miss it. That's very nice. Anyway, the problem who has been Phil. Dear Philip, what a nice man. Can drive what do they call it? A 4? I think he can drive a 4. Not many men can do that, Not many men. A lot of men can drive, 2, but a 4 or even a 6. Well, it takes years of practice, and Bill made it to 4. That's quite impressive, really, in his own way. And I think he flew an airplane. Of course, he did walk around with Hitler for a while, and of course, I suppose so did the Pope. So I suppose one can't really complain too heavily about that. Anyway, we still have hope for Charles. He's getting a little aged, but some of his ideas when he was a young man seemed to be quite intelligent, and he really didn't like war. Daddy did, of course. Phil loved war. God, yes. And he was, of course, deeply influenced, dare I say, deeply influenced, by, what's his name? He had India for a while there. He was sort of the emperor. Yes, unfortunately. Well, fortunately or not, the Irish did get him, and he blew up in his fishing boat. Well, what better way to go for a naval man, There wasn't much, what we used to call Raleigh's blood in him. No, not too much. There wasn't really, didn't really have the comprehension and appreciation and love for the commons that, it's traditional, shall we say, in the Navy, that the guys are looked after. And, of course, in the Air Force, they're even looked a little bit after. They used to be anyway, but I don't think times have changed, God, yes, when they introduced the Hunter, that was enough for me. I said, I'm out of here. By God, yes, that thing is absolutely beautiful to look at, but why risk it in the air? God forbid, Swift, well, we could have knocked that one off a few more times, One of those, I don't know. I like the flying boat, the twin jet flying boat. That was very nice as well. Anyway, I am going on a bit. I was going to talk about the New World Order and straighten a few things out. Well, things have just come to a pretty pass. And when they eliminated the Vice Admiral's role here in British Columbia, things really went to the dogs in a big way. And I don't mean corgis or beagles or any of, or even, what do they call those lovely little Chinese things? Very sweet little puppy dogs. I love little puppy dogs. Oh yes, kitties too. We do. We don't like people too much though, because there's so many of them. And of course, traditionally we roam wars for that purpose. Cut down on the breeding males. Oh yes, God yes. But the more violent ones do like the military. It's true. Of course, I stayed the hell away from it. I said no. I mean, a good bloodletting once in a while. Shoot down a few stabs.